spectacle, a cavalcade of dancing lights trying to hype this crowd into a frenzy, and it's working because they know what a huge matchup is in store. Welcome, everyone, to the home of the LSU Fighting Tigers, Baton Rouge and Tiger Stadium. As we'll see a squad from the SEC, the Mississippi State Bulldogs, taking on one of the top 5 teams in the conference, the LSU Tigers. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Time to get this game started. LSU ready to kick it away to get things started. Out of the end zone. That is a decision he will likely regret. He brings it out of the end zone and he's knocked down at the 10. So Mississippi State's offense will go to work first. There are always butterflies to start a game, but when you have a rivalry like this, the adrenaline is pumping on overdrive, guys.
They aren't all the same. We say that, but we know differently. The blood is boiling. The temperature is hot. Jesse, you want this week more than most.
Yeah, David, we played in these games before. Everything just seems to be heightened, right? The game seems to be moving faster. The crowd noise feels louder. Your composure will be tested early in a game like this.
They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Hammers ahead for a yard out to the 12.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough. But how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game.
Breaks into the open. That's a nice pickup to give them some breathing room, and they've got it out to the 27. Mississippi State comes out after picking up the first down. Give to the back. Pass to Sticks, and he may get more. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. Mississippi State has this drive hitting on all cylinders. They'll give it to him again. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. Second down, they'll go to the air. Finds the tight end. Finally forced out of bounds, maybe a step shy of midfield. They'll mark it at the 49. It'll be a first down from the 49-yard line. Hand off from the shotgun. At the 40, there he goes.
And talking to the OC this week, getting this running back going was step number 1. It was priority number 1. He said it makes the whole offense go. Like, he is the bell cow. He is the guy. This offense doing exactly what they set out to do on this first drive.
Across the 25, he's got room. Nice pickup on the ground there, and they'll move the Sticks with the first down. And the Bulldogs didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. Snowed under right at the line of scrimmage for no gain on the play. The crowd getting behind this defense as they try to get a stop in the red zone. Back to pass on second down. Slips through his hands and incomplete, and they had everything set up for the screen except the catch. Third down, red zone play, crowd alive. The give to the running back from the shotgun. He gets it oh so close to the first down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short.
Talking to their coaches, they said, we are going to run the ball on the first drive of this game to really see if we can establish that line of scrimmage. You've seen that early so far, and after that explosive run, they've now set themselves up here in the red zone looking to score some points.
This offense wants to establish an aggressive identity. They'll go for it on fourth down. Trying to get it to the marker. He'll have enough to give Mississippi State a first down.
I think it's really important for this offense. They get this guy going early in the game, and they're doing a nice job of that right now. Remember, he's the kind of running back who gets better as the game goes on. That's a really good omen for this offense, considering his success now early.
And he's swallowed up at the line of scrimmage by the big defensive tackle. They'll run play action. Big fella moving. They've got it down to the 3-yard line. Really well done on that throw and catch. How about the big tight end keeping his concentration off that deflection?
And a lot of times you see those contested catches, but the deflected catches, those are just good bounces. Nice job by the big fella continuing to concentrate and see the football, but a nice break for that thing to bounce right to.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Here comes the field goal unit as they'll try to get the 3. Not a chance. Missed it. Kicker couldn't quite get it through, and the scoreboard remains the same. So LSU's offense has its first opportunity of the day. Let's take a quick second to call out some of the impact players their coaches mentioned in meetings this week. Anything you guys heard that really resonated with you?
Yeah, I love when coaches talk about guys that bring it every single day. Like, that we can depend on them. They can get other guys lined up. They're always motivated. They're always being a great teammate. These are the guys that coaches love.
And big-time players make big plays in big games, right? These are the guys that have to play well if they're going to win games like this. It'll be interesting to see what they do today.
Just a short pass to the tight end. That's the kind of play that can really get you going as they get it out to the 36. First down, 10 yards to go. He'll keep it himself. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line? You guys have both played in rivalry games, so what did you do to keep yourself locked in during that week of preparation, David?
Well, you try to keep your emotions in check, but it's really, really hard to do because a lot of times the hatred is so strong. The emotions are so real. The coaches get super tight, and they start talking about things, Jesse, so you don't just treat it as another game.
No.
Ball is loose. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. They knock him down finally, but boy, he was trying to make something out of that, and he stopped short of the first down marker.
Well, the quarterback got it to his receiver quickly and gave him an opportunity to make a few moves after the catch, but he's got to do a better job with ball security that time. That is a costly fumble.
They go to the ground. And he is swarmed under a host of defenders there to make the stop.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
He wants to change this route. Wants to fire on second down. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face third down. And now this offense will try to figure out a way to move the chains after that second down incompletion. On the option, he'll pitch it. Got the first down and more. They'll finally make the tackle, but that option was executed to perfection. Mississippi State to the line with a fresh set of downs. They'll ride the hot hand. Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20. The Bulldogs with a second and short to keep this drive moving. They're trying to crease them off the left tackle. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it.
And that play shows you really what this defense is about. It's a difficult one to attack. They're really good. One of the best in the country. They come at you from all angles. So I'm interested to watch. How do you mix up the play calling?
There he goes. And they'll move the chains, and a good way to wrap up the first quarter. Plenty of time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. Might as well give it to him again. And he's brought down after a solid gain, and we are done in the first quarter. We've reached the end of the first quarter, and it has been a defensive battle, and the stats tell the tale so far. First play of the period will be a second down. takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Bulldogs.
Can't start a game any better than that. Defense gets the stop, gives it back to the offense. You march down the field, you score. They are in a great rhythm now on both sides of the ball.
They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. Let's see what he can get done from inside his own 15. Not a lot of space to be found. Good hustle by the coverage team, and they stop him at the 21. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. That last fumble proved to be costly as they cashed it in for a touchdown.
Yeah, and so this defense now is juiced. They're excited and ready to go. So this offense, David, they've got to get something going.
Yeah, those turnovers can be contagious, man. It gets you excited, and then when your offense takes it down the field and does something with it, this offense better be ready to play against a motivated defense.
He wants to go deep. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on second down, and they'll be left with a third down.
I think it's really hard to overthrow that guy. He is already that fast, and he breaks open, and you have an opportunity just to club up a little bit. Just put a little bit more air underneath that and let the speedster run underneath it and make you look like a hero. But, oh, boy, it's kind of the opposite.
Just a hair too much on it from this big-arm sophomore quarterback.
Yeah, just not able to connect that time with his target on the in-breaking route. Got to have a little bit better rhythm. You know these windows are going to be small over the middle of the field, and that's why you try to put some extra mustard on it, but I think that time that's what forced the incomplete.
Looks as if LSU will line up to punt it away. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. Just needs a crack to get a return. Looking for running room, he'll get it to the 43-yard line before he stopped. The Mississippi State offense headed back to the field to go to work. Took the last drive in for a touchdown. They'll try to do it again on this one. They'll come out on this drive and let it rip. And the pass is broken up, incomplete, but there is a penalty flag on the field, and they may be throwing it in reverse. Amazing how many times an offensive holding penalty will stall a drive. We'll see if the offense can overcome it. He'll set up to throw. He hurls one deep down the left side. He's picked off, and he's thrown a dozen of them. He'll be run out of bounds, but there is a flag on the play. They'll decline the penalty here and let the result of that play stand. To the air, it's Bloomberg. Grabbed in the middle, it's McClure.
One of the things you love about this running back is not only can he run between the tackles, but he's also a weapon in this offense catching the football.
And the Tigers can really attack on this second and short. On the move, it's McClure. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
On third and short, they'll try to convert through the air. They knock him down, but he's got enough to get it across the line and pick up the first down. He might have expected to see this DB up in his receiver's kitchen. Instead, nice little zone, and they pick up the first.
Man, offenses are getting so good, Reese, at seeing the holes in the zone, knowing you're in zone, knowing where to sit down, how to make it an easy pitch and catch for the quarterback, and that's what it was on third and short.
He'll pull it on the read. Oh, he's got some space. The 30. Just making a huge play, and he sets him up all the way down LSU moving the ball quickly down the field. They're looking to pass from the red zone. Forced out of the pocket. Got to protect the merchandise. Gets down without taking a hit.
I got to be honest. I know the defense respected this guy's running ability. I don't know, though, if they knew it was this good. He has been gashing them in this game with his legs, and already you're seeing the defense now make some adjustments to slow this guy down. They were able to get him to the ground. He's still got a couple yards, but this has got to continue for this defense. You know he is going to carry the ball.
Boy, they'd love to pick up this conversion and go to work with a 1st and goal. Looking for a man. It's Bloomberg. And here's a fumble way behind the line. A fortuitous turn of events to keep possession of that one. They'll have to settle for a field goal attempt. Not a particularly long kick from 36 yards out, but he'll have to guide it in from the left hash. Absolutely perfect. That'll bring him to within 4. After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away.
And you want a touchdown and you want to be aggressive, but, man, right down the middle, that obviously gives me some confidence down the road that I can trust this guy.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. Here comes the Mississippi State offense, ready to attack. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a rhythm.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. From the gun, the ground game. Good, solid, determined run there. They'll mark him down at the 27.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
They are calling for their defense in Baton Rouge. A huge 3rd down coming up. And the Bulldogs come to the line needing just inches for the 1st down. Wants to throw on 3rd. He tosses one high and deep down the left side. Makes a grab on the shot. Slippery slide. Find his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown Bulldogs. And the extra point is good, and they have an 11-point lead. And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
Fellas, a big-time top 15 duel. Let's get right to it. Ole Miss looks like an old punching bag out there today. And any way you slice it, this fan base, heck, this coaching staff just didn't expect that. They're trailing by 14 to Alabama. We'll keep an eye on things until the final horn in a game that could shake things up a bit in the SEC.
And how about that one? Kevin will be keeping an eye on everything going on elsewhere. The Tigers with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Scanning the field, it's Bloomberg. And it'll be incomplete. This defense is physical in pass deep. 3rd and short, they've got them backed up inside the 20, and the D can get the ball back here. From the gun, wants to pass. Quick completion on the out. Building momentum, picking up a chunk of yardage, moving the chains out to the 34. The Tigers have it with a 1st and 10. Use the play fake, now to throw. Not in lockstep there with the receiver.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the 1st half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're...
Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. And the defense jumps on it, and they get that turnover.
Man, that's kind of a kick to the gut because you think, oh, how can I get this game started conservatively, not turn the ball over, get the positive momentum, get that first hit out, and the first carry your running back sticks it on the floor, defense recovers. That is not the start you drew up.
Here comes the Bulldog offense back onto the field. He stuck the last drive in the end zone. They'll try to follow suit here. Touch pass on the jet sweep. He's brought down, but he went backwards after that completion, not the way they had it drawn up. A negative play to open the drive. Let's see what they've got on 2nd and 14. Out of the gun, the running back has it. This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Here comes his home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on 3rd down. They try to pop a run on the draw. He's going to lose a yard on that one. So they're going to send out the field goal unit to try a long one. Down to 2 minutes before the half, and they'll take the timeout and see if they can add a little more before the break. He says he's got a big leg. He's going to have to show it from 56 yards out. Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit. First punt of the day, and he'd love to lock them up close to their goal line. They make the stop, and that is exactly what you want out of your punt cover unit. They'll try to put something together, backed up a bit, starting at their own 13. To the air, it's Bloomberg. That's caught. It's Cole.
Listen, running backs are not just running backs anymore. You're going to be a wide receiver in today's football, and a great job sneaking out of the backfield, getting them the football, letting them get some positive yards.
Got his man. Hauled down, but they'll move the sticks as he picks up the first down. Clock stops momentarily for the first down. They'll hurry to the line. Wants to go up top on first down. Tight end getting vertical. And he was off to the races, and he gets it to the 45. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Looking downfield on first down. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's throwing to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Wide open downfield. He works his way inside the 30 down to the 29 and picks up a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Good hands in there by the defense to force the incompletion. So now it's 2nd and long.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. If the intended target was not open, that's why that one fell incomplete.
And that pressure got to him quick. I mean, you talk about you want your quarterback to feel comfortable. Man, he didn't have time to feel comfortable. He didn't have time to get his feet set and get in the ground. This offensive line's got to do a better job.
Looking to throw, it's Bloomberg. Caught in the backfield, it's McClure. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down. Quick timeout by the defense there, trying to make sure everyone has the same call. Good, right down the boulevard. That'll make it a one-possession game. The lead is 8. So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away. Just into the end zone, and he'll bring it out. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Plenty of time to work, not any time to waste as they take over here in the final 2 minutes of the half. Wants to throw on first down. Unloads to the right. And that incomplete pass caused by the big hit on first down. Second down coming. Working well behind the sticks on second down. After the incompletion, they go back up top. And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down. Trying to pick up a first down. On third down, he'll try to pick it up through the air. That pass not close as he got drilled trying to deliver it, and it'll bring up fourth down. So Mississippi State will have to punt this one away. The coverage team was down there to corral him. They made the stop, and they'll mark it at the 39. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. We'll see them really hit the speed button on the tempo here in the final minute of the first half. Looking to throw on first down. It's complete to the right. All down, but he has enough to move the chains. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the first half. The offense will put it in play from the 47 on 1st and 10. Dropping back, it's Bloomberg. And he just flat dropped it. I think he wanted to run before he secured it.
Well, they're trying to get the big fella the football in the passing game, but they haven't been able to do that yet. He is a really nice target with his size and his athleticism, but him and the QB, they just don't seem to be on the same page right now.
Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. And the Tigers come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to convert here. On 3rd and short, they'll try to throw for it. Turns it loose deep. And that'll be incomplete. They certainly weren't afraid to take a shot there, and now it's 4th down. And they'll pat the kicker on the tail and tell him to go give it a shot. He's going to have to break out the thunderfoot on this one, a 57-yard attempt. Tried to give it enough body English, but he missed it. Boy, they could have used that field goal to draw a little closer, but still an 8-point game. He lobs one high down the left side. And that one's incomplete. Worth taking a shot there, but couldn't hook up. Time dwindling away as they try to put points on the board right before the half. On 2nd down, he'll try to make the connection this time. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds.
This is going to be a tough situation for the offense here late in the first half. They're trying to find a way to generate some points before going into the locker room, but the defense is ready for it. So the windows are not going to be very big, especially when you're trying to attack vertically like they did on that last one. Downfield completions are going to be tough to come by.
Quick timeout call by the offense after the play. Just enough time to get off one final play of the half. Quarterback may change this route. To the air on 1st down. Oh, they're after him. Takes a hit as he fires. That's going to wrap up the first half here, and now we join Kevin with the halftime update. Mississippi State will put a foot to it to crank up the second half. From inside his own 15, looking for a crevice. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. A big reason they find themselves trailing to start the second half, those 2 turnovers in the first.
Yeah, and I think coaches will tell you the number one thing that you got to make sure you do is take care of the football. You want to create explosives, you want to put up a bunch of yards, but step one, Jesse, taking care of the football.
And it just goes to show you how critical those mistakes are. Only 2 plays. That's really what separates this team from potentially having the lead. If they clean up the errors, they've got a chance to win this game.
A lot of times on 2nd down, you're thinking pass, especially 2nd, maybe in a little bit long. Really good job by the offense, committing to the running game, getting the 1st down really easily.
With a 1st down, they'll snap it from the 32. Pulls and throws off the RPO. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few.
I don't know if that's the coverage you want to be throwing wide receiver screens against. Oftentimes, you want the receivers to have some access. You want the DBs to be off a couple yards so you can help set up the blocks and give the receiver somewhere to go with it. It's hard to run that against press coverage, and they only picked up a few yards there.
Dropping back, it's Bloomberg. It's on target and complete. And the defense makes the immediate tackle, but he has enough for the 1st down. LSU moving the ball quickly down the field. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Finds his tight end. Hauled down at the 39-yard line, but he's got 15 yards on the play and a fresh set of downs. LSU getting set on 1st and 10. Motion from the wideout. The inside handoff. Knocked down behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard.
And I think that might be an example of the running back maybe trying to do a little bit too much. Everybody wants to try to bounce the ball outside and hit the home run, but in college football at this level, you just need to do a better job taking what the defense gives you.
Makes the grab, but not quite enough for the first down, but a good gain on that play. The Tigers come to the line on 3rd and short, trying to keep the drive alive. On 3rd and short, just trying to get enough for the first down. But he has enough to move the chains. The coach wants the officials to have another look at the monitor. Using a timeout here, thinks the call is going to end up going his way. The coach still thinks he was right. The officials say he was not. The challenge is denied, and the timeout is gone. Got enough for the first down and wants more. And he'll finish the run in the end zone. Touchdown, LSU! My philosophy on going for 2 is only when you have to. They'll go to the air. Grab behind the line. It's Cole. Not quite going to get there, and he couldn't get this game tied up. He'll start the return inside his 5. And they'll bring him down to get the offense started on the next drive. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. Setting up for a 1st and 10 from the 26. Wants to go up top on 1st down. They get to him as he throws.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on 1st down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target.
He'll off one deep down the left side. And they wanted it all on that incomplete pass. Instead, they're looking at 3rd down.
Well, this defense was ready for go balls. Against this receiver and his speed, he's one of the fastest in the country. They knew this quarterback was going to try to take the top off the defense. That time they couldn't.
They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. Mississippi State will roll out the punt unit. Coverage team gets the job done, and they'll mark him down at the 38-yard line. LSU will dive into the playbook here on offense. How about the way they attacked the last time they had the ball, mixing run and pass and winding up in the end zone, Jesse?
That's why recruiting is so important. They've got weapons at every skill position on the field. Any of these guys is dangerous if they touch the football. Let's see what they do on this drive, David.
And so, Palmer, I got to take away something. I can't let them have everything and have success. I got to be aggressive against the run or play for the pass. I can't give them everything.
As they come to the line on 3rd and short from the 43, I wonder if they already know they'll go for it if they don't make it here. Got him downfield. He'll work his way down to the 28.
And it's on 3rd downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. They'll go right back to him. And he's stuffed by that big defensive tackle up front.
Another tough run for this offense. And I think a big reason why they're down on the scoreboard right now is they just haven't been able to get this guy going. They've tried to give him the ball a lot. It just hasn't paid off. But you get the feeling, too, if they are going to crawl back in this one, they need him to break one off. And it just takes one play for this.
Touchdown, Tigers! And that one will give them the lead.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the time to be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone. That was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. They'll run the RPO and throw it right. Turning it on! And they'll get it to the 39-yard line, and they'll move the chains. The Bulldogs, after exploding for that huge run, back to work. Might be calling a hot route. Looking downfield on first down. And it's incomplete. If you're going to take a hit like that, you might as well hang on to the ball. Plenty of work to do here on second and long. They'll run it from the gun. A confident, tough, efficient run gets it up to the 44.
It's going to be important this offensive line is able to get a little bit of push. Just got to give this guy an inch, a little crease, and he can make yards for it.
Looking for a physical attack from the gun. They'll make the stop about a yard short of the first down. And how about this lower intestinal fortitude? 4th and 1 in your own territory, and they're going. Tries to get it on the ground. And he's got enough for a first down. Now to see if they have enough time to snap it again here in the third. Guys, LSU has the lead here. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. They'll go back to work with a first down in the final period. Power football with the run. Got the first down and more. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is.
Illegal blocking back.
A solid gain on that one, and it goes for naught as the penalty will back them up. Mississippi State really efficient on offense right now. Quarterback making adjustments. He's looking to pass. He lofts it high and deep down the left side. And it's a touchdown. It is also a play in which there is a flag on the field. Let's see what the call is. What a tough break. A potential tying score nullified by the penalty, and now they'll have to see if they can get it done again. Here's the handoff. Breaks into the open. They bring him down, but a solid pickup to put them in position to pick up a first down. They're dealing with a second and long. From the gun, running back on the move. Tackled at the 31. They'll give him 6 on the play.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They got to be more physical, get off the ball, get downhill faster.
They'll try to bully their way for the first. That'll be enough to give Mississippi State a fresh set of downs. It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 29. Use the play fake, now to throw. He'll pull it down and run. Nice job by this junior quarterback to get it done on the ground.
Man-to-man coverage is a great opportunity for scrambling quarterbacks to take off and run because everybody on defense who's covering has their backs turned to the quarterback, obviously, because they're chasing an intended receiver or target. So good job that time by the quarterback knowing, I've got man coverage. If it's not open, I can take off and go make something positive happen.
From the gun, he leaves it with the back. He's tackled right at the 10-yard line, and they're trying to cash in on this drive. They'd love to pick up this third down and get a fresh set with first and goal. They'll try the run. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the first down. So now the opportunity with a touchdown to take the lead. They get him in the backfield, and he loses 3 on the play.
I think it would be great if this offense leaned on the run game more in the red zone. Leaned on their back, man. Give it to him. Let him do his thing. He hadn't even gotten the end zone yet this season, so love to see him get that opportunity to maybe punch one in here.
He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands.
Offside. Defense.
And this is what's going to drive coaches crazy. It's mental errors, right? It doesn't take any talent or lack of talent to have that penalty. You just got to watch the ball, and when it's snapped, get after the quarterback.
Can the D deny them on second and goal? Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender. They can get it in here, we could have a thrilling end to this game. It is third and goal. They're going to run it. Touchdown, Mississippi State. And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the fourth.
And this is a running back, guys, that gets better as the game goes on. Here we are late in this one, and he's still breaking off big runs. Impressive, making people miss, showing you the speed. And that touchdown gives his team the lead.
Into the end zone, the two-point conversion is good, and now they're up by a field goal. He'll bring it back from inside the 15. Couldn't find a way to create that broken field as he stopped at the 25. The Bayou Bengals will run the offense out onto the field. Things had not gone the way they had planned, but maybe an opportunity to salvage this bumpy ride so far and avoid the upset. Makes the grab down the middle. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first.
Love the location of the throw on that slant pass. Put it out in front of the receiver, put it on his face mask so he can catch it and try to advance.
The Tigers in a good spot here with second and short. The give to the back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. Line is set on third down. To the air, it's Bloomberg. Throws to the wideout. He's got an open man. It's a running room at the 20. Touchdown LSU. They've got the lead here in the fourth.
I think one of the most underrated things we talk about with a QB is timing. Being able to get the ball out of his hands to his receiver where he can continue to catch the football and run with it. Nice pitch, nice catch, nice play in the fourth quarter when you needed it for this team to take the lead.
The AT unit on the field. And the extra point is good, and every point counts. It's now a 4-point lead in the fourth. We check in with Kevin Connors. What's going on, Kevin?
Top 15 teams colliding, fellas, in a game of massive importance. Let's catch you up to speed. Ole Miss looks like an old punching bag out there today, and any way you slice it, this fan base, heck, this coaching staff just didn't expect that. They're trailing by 14 to Alabama. Just another week of SEC football where we've come to expect the unexpected, fellas.
Thanks for the update on that one, Kevin. Let us know when it goes final. Gets open down the middle. And the Bulldogs can play this second down a lot of ways with just a few yards to go. He might want another play. Second down, he'll throw it. Quickly out to the tight end. Has plenty for the first down, and they stop him at the 28. The upset's been bubbling all day. Now at a full-fledged ball. There he goes. Knocked down after getting 6 all the way out to the 34-yard line.
You want to make play calling easy for an offensive coordinator? Run the ball like that every play. I mean, when you can run that on first down and set up a short yardage on second down, it makes play calling easy. Every single call.
It's picked off. 13th time he's done that this year.
It's so easy to be up here in the booth and say, you should have put more zip on that. Sometimes you got to use the lob wedge. That time, you probably should have used the driver.
Quarterback on the keeper.
Yeah, and it's a nice job by this defense. Understand, listen, that QB is a threat. And they're going to run all kinds of options. He's going to run the football. They were dialed in and got that sucker to the ground.
Backed up now. Here's 2nd and long. Looking for a man. It's Bloomberg. He's going to let one fly down the middle. Got it. They will score. Touchdown, Tigers. That'll give them a little more breathing room as they try to push this winning streak to 5. And the extra point is up and good, and they have an 11-point fourth-quarter lead.
This guy is officially a problem. His 2nd receiving touchdown of the game. Nice job by the offense, too. If I've got a matchup I like, continue to pick at it until they stop it.
On the move from inside his 5. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. They'll start this drive from the 18-yard line. Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the tight end. They stop him just a link or two short of the first, and man, what they can do on second down here. Looking to fire. And here comes the heat, and they get home, and they get him at the 21. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. On 3rd and long, trying to convert through the air. Intercepted. Big play, stops the drive. Takes it the other way. That's the way this defense wanted to wrap it up. Make a play themselves, finish off the game, and the offense can kneel it out from here. And they'll take a knee, the universal symbol for we have this thing in hand. Guys, I'm going to tell you, I just never saw this team falling